So one of the recent Nintendo Switch announcements from Nintendo themselves that nobody really saw coming was, of course, Kirby's Dream Buffet. Yeah, they basically dropped a trailer for this game, and we looked at the trailer, and I think a lot of us were like, all right, what kind of is this? Like, it looks kind of like a Fall Guys style game with multiple Kirby characters. Is it Kirbys? Kirby? I don't really know. We'll say Kirbys for this video, but I feel like I want to make Kirby a thing because it sounds kind of funny. But with the multiple Kirby characters on screen, it looked like it was a multiplayer game. I don't know. Nintendo just didn't really say all that much about it when they dropped the trailer. Well, the game actually came out this morning. I picked it up early this morning because I woke up early for some reason. I've been playing the game for a few hours now, and yeah, I definitely have some things to say about this game. It is a $15 game. It does look similar to Fall Guys, but doesn't do what Fall Guys does, but better. And of course, the addition of Kirby stuff, how does that sort of work into the game? That's what we're going to find out in today's video, because we're talking about Kirby's Dream Buffet. I mean, that's what this whole intro was. That's what the title of the video is and all that stuff. You shouldn't be surprised or anything like that. But before we delve too deep into this video, I want to give a huge thank you to today's video sponsor. Look here, buddy, today we got 2 sponsors in one video, so you got a choice to make, because honestly, if you're not feeling one, you'll definitely be feeling the other. If you like high-octane competitive shooters with a big emphasis on big weapons, big fun, and just all-around mayhem with your friends or players from around the world, then you'll want to check out the first game, which is Mech Arena. It's a 5-on-5 mobile shooter where you're in a mech, a freaking mech, and there's tons of special abilities, a crazy variety of weapons, tons of upgrades to do in the game as well, and a ton of customization. It's skillful, it's fun, and the gameplay is endless. But if you prefer something a little bit heavier in tone, like a dark fantasy game with almost 700 unique heroes to collect, then of course you need to try out Raid. Raid Shadow Legends is the biggest and the best hero collection game around, with millions of players diving into its dungeons and crypts every single day. It's got a ton of content, from brutal dungeons to huge clan bosses to huge stakes PvP battles with other players. It's huge for a reason, and it's still getting better. And both of these games have huge news happening right now. For Mech Arena, it's Battle Pass Season 9 with a ton of different rewards and skins to grab, and at the same time, it's Mech Arena's first anniversary, and they got a packed schedule of special events with some crazy prizes to win, including a new sniper weapon and a new pilot Archangel. But then there's the Raid news! Later on this month, Raid is giving everyone's favorite champion the upgrade he's deserved. You might have seen him struggle for awesomeness in some of Raid's hilarious videos, but finally, Death Knight is becoming a legendary champion. It's something that everyone's been waiting for, and I can't wait to see how the ultimate Death Knight turns out. So you got 2 options. Both are completely free and will definitely help out the channel by supporting the sponsors that support me, so I don't have to ask you directly for money. Whichever one you choose, make sure to use my personal links or scan the QR code right here. If you want a head start on Raid, with my link you can get a free starter pack worth almost $30. You get a free champion and this cool in-game loot. Or you can get a firefight skin, a prodigy crate, and a plasma cannon 4 via the links in the description box down below to help kickstart your Mech Arena journey. Join me on Mech Arena. I'm playing it, I'm having fun, I like it, I like mechs, I think they're cool. Here's my information, so be sure to add me on there, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Huge thank you to Raid and Mech Arena for sponsoring today's video. Alright, so Kirby's Dream Buffet. Like I said, the trailer, I didn't really understand what was going on. Once you play the game, you quickly understand what this game is. It's kind of like Kirby with Fall Guys. Basically, you pick your Kirby character, you can dress him up, you can unlock more stuff by leveling up your character by simply playing the game, and then you head out into the multiplayer world. Now, there's different sorts of multiplayer that you can do. You can do it just against CPU characters to kind of learn how to play the game. You could do it just straight into online and play with other people, or you could do local multiplayer mode. Local multiplayer mode, obviously there's no one else that lives with me, so I didn't have a chance to check out this portion of the game, but I'm going to assume it's just like the rest of them, because I mean, there really shouldn't be any difference. You're just playing with people in the same room as you. But that actually does play a little bit of a role in my overall thoughts about this video. Now, beyond just the main game itself and the races and stuff, which we'll jump into, there's a lot of customization you can do. There's like some big ass cake, and you can put like different things on the cake that you can unlock. I guess that's kind of cool, but the more interesting stuff is, of course, the unlockables for your Kirby character, because you're customizing your Kirby character to sort of look different than the other Kirby that are out on the level with you. I think that's kind of cool. You unlock everything basically just by leveling up your character, by playing the game, so I like things like that. You know, when you're talking about a $15 game that has a lot of properties of a free-to-play game, you have to have some sort of incentive in order to want to buy it at the $15 price point. I think when everything is unlockable within the game, just by playing the game more so than having to buy custom skins and stuff like that, I like that. It gives you more incentive, and I think that was a smart decision, especially with this game. So then you have the actual game itself. Like I said, I've been playing the game for a few hours now, and yeah, let me just be clear. I'm not a big fan of Fall Guys. When Fall Guys first came out, I played it and I was like, this is kind of stupid. Like, it's all right. I could see why some people dig it, but my whole thing was the fact that it's a game based on physics, and the physics suck. Like, the physics are not great in the game, and I guess you could figure it out, and there's like meta to the game or whatever, but it's supposed to be a casual pick up and play game, and I just felt like Fall Guys wasn't it. The way that Kirby's Dream Buffet works is very similar to that game. Basically, there's different things that you do when you're playing online. So you link up with 3 other people. Yes, 3 other people, and you play the game online. There's basically 2 race courses where you have to get to the finish line faster than the other people. Then there's like a thing where you're battling enemies, and then there's like a final thing that you basically try to knock people off and gather up all the strawberries. Now, what makes this interesting beyond just Fall Guys is where with Fall Guys, it's essentially just a race as far as most of the multiplayer modes are concerned. With this, you're basically trying to make your Kirby fat, which is like promoting obesity. You know, Michelle Obama's not going to be happy about that, but maybe obesity isn't a problem anymore because it's body shaming or something. I don't know, man. You can't say anything nowadays about anything, but you want your Kirby to become a fat boy so that basically you can knock your opponents off of the map as you're all trying to eat strawberries. There's different items you pick up on the map as well that give you different abilities, such as like a wheel. You turn Kirby into a wheel and you can go a little bit faster. There's things like a spicy curry thing where Kirby starts to move faster and you can knock into people and basically hit them off the map and stuff like that. It's kind of fun. You know, it's kind of fun. It's definitely very similar to Fall Guys in that sort of aspect because, you know, it does have that race aspect. But what's interesting is, as you're going throughout the course, you're constantly getting these strawberries, and the more strawberries you have, the better you do. You want all the strawberries, and that's how you sort of win everything. But at the end of the level is basically like these 3 big strawberry bowls. One has 50 strawberries, one has 20, and one has 10. And by going into those, then you can get all these strawberries. So it's kind of like a bit of a risk and reward. Do you want to just blaze through the level and hope that you get to the end first before anyone else and get that big stockpile of strawberries, or do you want to go at a slower pace? I kind of like that. There is a little bit of meta to it. There is a little bit of critical thinking that goes into it. And of course, you know, the levels themselves, everything looks nice. You know, it doesn't look like a AAA game or anything like that, but everything looks decent enough. The colors are bright and vibrant. You can unlock more courses as you play throughout the game to, you know, keep the variety going and stuff. The courses themselves, they all have little interesting deviations, different sorts of paths. You get knocked off of the course, you can sort of hover to get back on the course. A lot of stuff going on with it. So it seems like I'm being pretty positive about this game, and there are some things I definitely like about it. There's just one freaking song in the game that literally sounds like Aladdin, and it drives me nuts though. Like that was kind of weird. I thought, like, I just kept expecting like Aladdin to pop up on the screen and be like, hey yo, I'm in this game, because I guess Aladdin talks like a guy from New York. But what's my problem with it? Well, let's go back to the game itself. You're going against 3 other people. Now, I know you're saying, well, RGT, there's other people on the course here. I clearly see other people. Those are just like AI characters. They don't really do anything. You're only going up against 3 people, and it's a 4-person total thing. And the problem is, the online is not that great. You've been seeing stutters, you've been seeing hiccups, you've been seeing things where it basically just freezes completely while I'm playing online, and it's very random when it happens. I don't know what sort of connection they're using. I'm assuming it's a peer-to-peer thing, but it doesn't really make any sense because within the same thing, like I said, there's 4 different things you'll do. 2 races, one thing where you're trying to knock off enemies or eat strawberries or something like that, and then the final thing at the end, which is sort of like a free-for-all battle. The consistency of the online varies from those individual things when you're in the same game. If you do the little battle modes, it's a lot smoother sometimes than when you're doing the race modes. Like, completely different. It feels completely different, and I don't understand it. I know it's not my online connection because this is the same online connection I use to play literally every video game that has online functionality. And with the fact that it's just 3 other people, a total of 4, and when you compare it to something like Fall Guys, which is a free-to-play game that arguably has a more consistent online connection, yeah, it's kind of disappointing. I do understand that this is day one, so maybe they're, you know, messing with the servers and stuff like that, but there's definitely problems with this. I think the core game itself is kind of fun. A little bit, like, you'll have some fun with it, but I just feel like the piss poor online connectivity is not helping this game whatsoever. If you have people to play it with locally and you're a big Kirby fan, like, yeah, you could probably really enjoy this game at least for a few hours and then maybe move on to something else. I don't really think this game has much longevity. Now, of course, this is a $15 game, so how much longevity does it really need? I guess that's sort of up to you. I will say I am a little bit disappointed with this game, though. I think if the online was like rock solid and everything worked like it was supposed to work, I think it would be a somewhat fun game. I don't think it's going to, you know, get the recognition of a game like Fall Guys because you have only 3 other people on the map with you, and so you kind of limit how many people can play at once. I feel like if they would have just went all Fall Guys in with it as far as the amount of people you have with this new gameplay style that they've included in Kirby's Dream Buffet, I think you would have a really good blend of a game and maybe something that has a bit of staying power. Basically, I just don't see anyone playing this game, you know, 3-4 months from now. Like, what's the incentive? I guess Nintendo could add some more stuff into it. Is it going to be free stuff or DLC? I don't know. I will say it's not the worst thing I've ever played, but at $15, it's kind of like, if you're only going to play the game online, I feel like the wonky online connectivity, which, like I said, could be fixed at some point in time, but it is a Nintendo game, so I'm not keeping my hopes too high with it. I think, you know, you're going to be disappointed. If you got people to play it with locally, though, that live at home with you or something like that, like, that's cool. You could definitely have some fun with this game. For me personally, I'll probably play it a little bit more today, but beyond that, I just don't see myself playing this game much more. I'm not a huge fan of this style of game to begin with, and the fact that the online connectivity is just very wonky and very inconsistent, it definitely detracts from the game experience for me. But maybe I'm completely wrong on this. Maybe you disagree, because it's a first-party Nintendo game, and how dare RGT talk bad about a first-party Nintendo game? He's not a Nintendo fan. Nintendo fans love everything Nintendo puts out and don't question or don't criticize anything. There's literally people who think that way. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. Do you plan on picking up this game? Have you already picked up this game? Have you played me online this morning playing this game? If so, you can kiss my ass, because I haven't won a single thing, because winning in this game is just very luck of the draw, very, you know, there is some strategy to it, but when you get to that last segment and people are just knocking you off, it's like, whatever, man, whatever. And as always, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Check out today's sponsor in the comment section down below and in the description box down below. Huge thank you to Raid and Mech Arena for sponsoring today's video. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next video. All my Kirbys. Later.